Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to Take on Tottenham. My name is Ben, and this is my take on Tottenham. And full-time result today: Tottenham Hotspur 1, Watford 0. 3 out of 3 wins for Nuno in the Premier League, and Spurs are top of the league. I know we're only 3 games in, but Spurs will be top of the league for the next 2 weeks because of the international break. And it couldn't have been better timed if you're a Spurs fan, because also when you look at it, Spurs are top and Arsenal are bottom. It's obviously a nice sight for us, but again, I must state, we're 3 games in. Let's just enjoy it while we've got it, but also realise the reality of the situation. So let's just get straight into the game. So big news, not big news, I don't know, big news. Kane starts for his first Premier League start, obviously, with all the transfer speculation that was going on. Got his first start today. We'll get into his performance a little bit later, but bit of a change in the team sheet because of that. Obviously, Sonny's been playing up front with Bergwijn and Lucas on the sides. That changed it up a bit, so Sonny dropped back into his more natural position. And I wrote down it was a well contested 20 minutes. To be honest, the whole 90 was a really well contested match. I thought it was 2 sides that were playing very well. I don't think one side was most outstanding compared to the other. I thought both sides really played, good football today, and Spurs just edged it, I think is fair to say, but I thought it was just a well contested match. I felt Watford started off very brightly. They're very good, and I think we struggled a lot on the wings with Dennis and Sarr on both sides. I thought Reguilon and Tanganga not. It wasn't like Tanganga against Traore last week, where I felt like he struggled a lot more with that. But they were giving him some trouble, and I thought Watford's strengths were coming down the wings. But we dealt with it and sort of cracked on sort of after that. Again, very tight. Neither team really was giving anything away. I thought both teams defensively were very, very solid and really limiting any attacking options. And then right before half-time, Spurs get a free kick. And I always say it, whenever I'm watching a match, anytime, always say, if you get a free kick around a position that we had ours, left foot or right foot, it doesn't really matter. You want to be whipping it in around the 6-yard box, because whatever happens, it's going to cause trouble. You don't want these, you don't want it hitting the wall, you don't want it, going too far out or too far out onto near the D or anything. You want it just on that 6-yard line. Cause so many issues, whether it's defence getting a touch maybe for an own goal, someone getting a tap on it, or in the case of Heung-Min Son, getting the goal from the free kick. Again, like I said, these free kicks, when done to perfection, can cause so many issues, and that's exactly what it did, because we've seen it so many times. If no one gets a touch on it, you also run the risk of having it go in, because the keeper's so worried about someone else getting a touch on it. And what happened? Sonny whipped it in, and no one got a touch on it. It went straight past the keeper, and Sonny got on the score sheet for the only goal of the game. But it was a very good free kick. Exactly, I generally couldn't ask for any more from that free kick, regardless of what was supposed to happen and what did. It was brilliant from Sonny. Obviously not intentional to get the goal, but goal's the goal. I'll take it. And like I said, even if he wasn't meant to score that, it was put in the perfect place, and that's all we need from that sort of free kick. So brilliant from Sonny. 1-0 up, going into second half. Moussa Sissoko had a little chance, nice little run, reminiscent of when he was in his prime for us. And then we also saw the Moussa Sissoko that we're probably very used to, where he lined it up for a shot right on the edge of the box, and it went into Rose's head. I'm fairly certain it nearly went out of the stadium. It was just prime Sissoko that we as Spurs fans were used to. Great on the ball, great engine, everything. But do not let that man shoot at all. Do not let him have a shot on goal, because every time it happened, I remember so many years, every time he got in a shooting position, no, don't. Just pass it to someone else, let someone else shoot. But it's good to see Sissoko, getting quite a generally good and positive reception by the Spurs fans. He was clapped and stuff, which was really good. As was Danny Rose, which was very lovely to see. I thought Kane was very quiet today. I thought he had quite a quiet game. You know, he had a couple of chances. There was one in particular where Lucas squared it to him, and the Watford defender just got a nick on it, just to put him off a little bit. And it was, if he hadn't done that, it would have been a goal. Brilliant defending from the Watford defender to do that. But I think in general, Kane had a very quiet game, but I'm sure he will get better. But yeah, it was a tight game still. Obviously, 1-0 being the full-time score in the end. But I look, it was a solid performance again from Spurs. Another 1-0. So, you know, people are going to look at that and go, oh, it's 1-0, it's boring, it's defensive football. It's not defensive football at all. I thought Spurs performed brilliantly when they needed to defensively, but I don't think Spurs at all sat on the 1-0 lead like they used to under Mourinho. Like, I liked Mourinho, but the fact of the matter was, a lot of the time last season, Spurs got the lead and then they sat back for the whole game, and then inevitably, because the defence wasn't great, they conceded. And it was a terrible tactic to do, but they seem to do it all the time. Spurs are getting these 1-0 leads and not just sitting on it. Yeah, they're coping defensively, which is brilliant, but they aren't just sitting back. They are going forward. They are creating attacks, and I watched that team try and get a second today. That's what they tried to do. They wasn't, let's hold on for the 1-0. They were trying to get a second. You know, if that was this game last season, Sissoko would have been brought on instead of Bryan Hill being brought on, which is what happened. You know, there's definitely contrast. I really hope. I'm not saying people are. I just hope that fans don't look at the scoreline and go, "Oh, it's what's different. It's the same as last." It's not. You know, it's really not. We're seeing a lot more passing, attacking football. I'm really liking watching Spurs at the minute. I think they're looking very solid defensively as well. And like I said, I think they aren't just sitting on the lead. So I know. Of course, we want more goals. Of course, we want to see us thrash a team, whatever. But you know, I apart from that, I can't really complain about anything else today. I thought Spurs did brilliantly. I thought they were solid defensively. Hugo Lloris actually really had very little to deal with today. Davinson Sanchez and Eric Dyer, I thought, again, looked very solid. Davinson Sanchez in particular, I thought had a cracking game in defence. You know, really, really good. Japhet Tanganga as well, struggled a bit in the first half. Absolutely brilliant going forward, though, today. I thought he was, you know, pinging loads of crosses in. But I just hope people just don't look at it and go, oh, 1-0, same old, it's boring. And I don't think it was boring at all. So let's crack on with the man of the match. I thought there was, like I said, five players who were fantastic today. Oliver Skipp, Højbjerg, Dele, Sonny and Tanganga. I thought they were my standout players. If I had to pick a man of the match, I'm probably going to go with Højbjerg. I thought he just didn't stop today. I thought he didn't stop running. He was attacking as well, which was really brilliant to see. He was getting into good attacking positions, carrying the ball forward. You know, loads of tackles. Thought he was brilliant. Oliver Skipp as well. Brilliant partnership they're forming. And yeah, just really impressed with both of them. Dele Alli, again, I thought was, not amazing, not world-beating, but didn't stop the whole game. You know, got into positions, created loads, and like I said, probably deserved a goal. He had a couple of chances where he could have had one. But I thought, again, just wouldn't stop running and was brilliant again today. Sonny as well, creating loads of chances. Being a real nuisance going forward. I thought Lucas was fantastic coming on, really creating a lot of chances. I would have maybe started Lucas ahead of Bergwijn, but they swapped over anyway. But yeah, Lucas as well, been really impressed with him pre-season and coming into this season. I want to see him start the next game, hopefully. And like I said, Japhet Tanganga as well, pushing forward a lot and being solid as well defensively. Like I said, Hugo Lloris didn't really have that many chances to save, really, which tells you a lot how good Sanchez and Dyer were. So, overall, brilliant, solid performance. Hard fought win, absolutely. Watford did not make it easy. You know, it wasn't just a walk in the park. Watford made the hard work of it, but Spurs saw it out. Pierre-Emile Højbjerg, man of the match, absolutely. And yeah, Spurs go top of the league. 3 games, of course, but I'll take advantage of saying it. So next game, I believe, is Crystal Palace in a fortnight's time, because obviously the international break is on us. So yeah, that's a thing. But the transfer window closes in a couple of days, so you'll be getting a video in between. You know, it's not just going to be a 2-week break to the next video. You'll be getting a video in between that as well. So I will see you guys in the next video. If you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. Leave me a comment. What do you think of the match? I thought it was a really good, solid display, and you know, couldn't really ask for much more apart from goals, really. But apart from that, very happy. Yeah, top of the table at the international break. I don't think Spurs fans could have asked for much more than that. So I will see you guys in the next video, and as always, come on you Spurs.